is going to be Birdseye Maple. And you can see it's got a very, very spectacular figure. I gave my paper a little bit of a wet. Now maple does not like as much water or as much moisture as other woods. So this is going to be an ultralight spritzer. All right. On the bottom, on the top, you see my bending orientation mark. And you just saw that was 2 very light squirts. There goes my other piece of paper. And sandwich is almost complete. I'm much more used to do this by 2 hands, but I want to show you what I'm doing. And another quick squirt. That's all. Slat and blanket. Off to the bend. All right. We're bending a J45 style Gibson. I'm using my little story pole to set up where the side fits in here. I pull my waist down just enough to hold this in place for me, as I call it, friendly friction. The thermometer goes between the top slat and the heat blanket. I turn the heat blanket, it's to full. My thickness is at 0.075. The one thing that I've been doing a lot of lately, but especially for figured woods, I take a weight, and you can see about where I have that weight, and that weight is going to, number one, keep everything in contact, but when I see this start to sag, that is going to tell me that this piece of wood is ready to bend. I'm going to be bending the lower bout about 225, 250 upper, take it to about 325 and hold it at 275 for about 15 minutes. Number 2, you're going to see my temperature has now been reached. And because I haven't used as much water, the heat has actually gone a little bit higher than I normally use, but I really don't worry too much about that. All right, do this. Here's the tricky part, the upper bout. That has dried, so I'll just give it a little bit of a squirt. And you can pretty much bet the upper bout will dry a little bit. Slowly bend this over. And there we go. Highly figured wood will have a tendency to want to really crack and break. So that is why I like to use the moisture. And that's it. Now I can hit my variable. And this will only take about 15 minutes. And that should be ready to cool down. So typical, really fancy Birdseye Maple, 0.075 thick. I was actually about 255 here, 275, 300. I'll take it up to about 300 degrees and throw variable. Sorry, 325. Hit variable, and that's it. Okay, here's the Birdseye J45. It's now cooled down. You notice I always keep the bottom from flapping. That avoids a spring back. And there you have it. We have a bent Birdseye Maple. From my shop to yours, please click subscribe and like.